Okay, so I have everything set up here to put these scales on this blade. I got them all polished up. Here's my pins, 1, 2, 3. Got some alcohol there and the epoxy, 2-part epoxy, and I'll mix it up in these Dixie cups and use some popsicle sticks to stir it up with. I know that there's a procedure that you're supposed to follow when mixing this, but I just generally eyeball it and go from there. Well, trying to get this camera set up. So much for being prepared. Yeah, okay. We'll try that. So, this is clear epoxy. It's not the 5 minutes type. So, I probably should have warmed it up a little bit. Let it flow faster. This blue one here is okay, so I just squeeze some in there and no big mystery. Okay, take the popsicle stick, stir it up. Make sure you get it all in there, all mixed up. So everybody likes to put a bunch of holes in the handle material and in the blade handle. This helps lighten the load, and also the epoxy will go through these holes and help hold it on there. It's probably better if you do the corresponding units, but I'm sure that'll work fine. Get everything nice and clean and roughed up. This is a pretty messy procedure. I have some mineral spirits down here at my feet. And some little clamps. You can use these, are pretty handy. You don't want to get too many clamps on there and squeeze all your epoxy out though. I'm sure everybody that started out making knives has done that before, me included. Okay, I think we're mixed up pretty good. So we'll see if we can't start to make a mess. Just kind of spread her on there. I guess I should have wore some gloves, but my hands are washable. Just get it clear. Make sure you get it all the way on there. That's pretty good. Okay. Make sure you get the right side. Put some on here. Spread it out semi-evenly. Something like that. And then when we have this scale on, and put the other, do the other side, we'll get more epoxy in these holes here. So, okay. Hopefully these will go on with little or no problem. Sweet. So far so good. Got a nice clean rag over here. So we have the one side on there, and the pins are sticking through there a little bit, and my plan is to leave these a little proud of the handle material, and then I will peen them over on there. And if you have all the stuff, as in a surface grinder and all this other stuff, you may not even need all this epoxy. You can just peen them over there just like people do on their the bolsters of their knives. I'll put some on here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have plenty. I better get some on this first, I guess. Spread it on. Just like that. Get it on there, and the excess will just kind of mush all over. I'm going to grab paper towels real quick. Got those, and get some mineral spirits on there. Clean up my hands a little bit. I made the mistake of, when I first started making knives, not paying attention to the epoxy I had, and of course it was the 5-minute setup time stuff, and yeah, I was in for a rude awakening on that, because that stuff was setting up quick. And sometimes when you have, if you have the wrong mixture, this stuff will warm up too. She'll get a little warm on you. Get all these holes filled. This, it'll get in those holes and get in on the other side, and it adhere to those little holes that we put in the knife scales themselves. This is about out of epoxy. It's going to be a mess when I put this other one on, because A lot of excess epoxy coming out the sides there. Hence the mineral spirits. If you do this right, your pins should line up with little trouble. It should go on there. Something like that. Get that stuff wiped off. Still messy, but squeeze it together. You can see all that epoxy coming out the sides. Make sure these pins are where I need them to be. And of course, there's always has to be one. Tippy tap tap. Okay. Looks pretty good. Now, I'll take these clamps. Yeah, maybe I should clean this up a little bit better. Otherwise, we'll have clamps glued to the knife scale. Try not to make a big old mess over here. Guess I should have taped up my knife blade first. So, just kind of put these clamps on there like that. In various spots. So yeah. Probably better ways of doing this. But we'll get there, won't we? This fits pretty good. I may just need to paint these over and a little bit and forego those clamps. Yeah. Okay. Clean up all this residual stuff. I think what I'll do is looks pretty good. I have this little anvil over here, or vise, I mean. Well, it kind of has an anvil. Well, maybe I'll wait and do that later. But I'll put the clamps back on and let it set up, and then I'll paint that over. I'll come out after a little bit when the epoxy has had a time to set up just a little bit more than what it is now. I'm more worried about getting all this epoxy off of here. Get that on there. Maybe one more set right here on the end. If she'll stick. Maybe that'll stay. So that's pretty much the setup there. Probably could have gone a little bit better. I'm sure knife makers are wondering what the hell I'm doing, but you know, this is the stuff that they don't show you. Sure, I'm not the only one that has issues doing this. I'm just probably the only one that shows it.